See me rolling, they hating, patrolling, they trying to catch me riding dirty. Hello everyone, my name is Kasaya. I am a tarot reader and a channeler. I have some messages, so if you have found yourself here today, I may have some messages for you. However, if they do not fit, do not force it. Take only what resonates and leave the rest, alright? I'm not doing my intro the same anymore. I've been feeling for like a month or two that I'm not quite vibing with it. And I thought like maybe it's just a phase or whatever. But no, I'm not quite in alignment with the intro that I've been doing for what, like a year, over a year now. So you're going to be seeing me, if you are someone that sticks around, you're going to be seeing me tweaking around the intro for a few weeks until I figure out something new that really fits for me. Yeah. As much as I love the okay, 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 all right, it just feels a little like it just takes up too much space, I guess. So, yeah, I'm gonna create something different, more precise. It seems a little bit like, I don't want to say useless because it's been so like it's really built my confidence in the beginning of readings. It's really gotten me into the zone in the beginning of readings, but now I like no longer have a need for that kind of like it's like a filter intro. So I'm gonna be changing it up a little bit. And for the song that I started with, because I totally never do that, I will be touching on the song. I just thought I was funny. Also, my hair, I'm gonna be messing with it a lot. I went to get it done and I didn't have my typical, like my usual hairdresser. It was someone different. They did my style different. It's like straight and I'm honestly not completely fucking with it, unfortunately. So I'm gonna be messing with it a lot because I'm not used to like this straight down style and I want to like, flick it back. And then it goes right into the same position. And I thought that if I addressed it, it would take my mind away from it a little more. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get into the reading, right? Um, I have had this reading. Oh, that's not even the first two cards. I have had this reading sitting on the table for a week, a little over a week now, I think. There was four other cards, but it felt like that energy. I feel like that energy has already moved through the collective, or the collective has already moved through that energy, and it was no longer completely fitting with these four cards that I have. So I just put those ones away and moved into this energy because as well, the energy that I started channeling a few days ago was aligned to these cards and not the other ones. So, yeah, starting off with the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords here. Okay, and the Page of Swords with the Two of Wands. So you are beginning to experience speed and acceleration within your personal projects and aspirations at this time. And this channeling came to me with a vision while meditating of me pushing my son in one of those small cars. You know how let me slow down. Let me slow down. You know how kids have their own little cars, like in this vision it was a toy Jeep. It was one of those small electric Jeeps, and I was pushing my son down a small hill or a slope in this vision. And it felt like it really resonated with these cards that have been sitting on the table. So that's where I started channeling, was through that vision, because I definitely got acceleration. Immediately it was speed and acceleration, because in the vision he was going down the hill and it was picking up speed. And that was all. It was just the vision. There wasn't any like emotions or foresights with it. It was just this feeling of speed and acceleration. All right. So whatever you are moving with and working on, it already has its own engine, its own force and power. You are adding speed and power to this. Okay, whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been working with, it is moving. It is starting to move more quickly. Okay, it's like it's just been greased, or a certain part was replaced, and now it's working better. It's working at a higher capacity, right? Oh, and I forgot to mention for those that aren't typically here, I'm going to be looking to the side a lot. I have Oh, they're stuck to the wall. I have some papers typed up for all the channeled messages that I'm going to be reading off of, so I will be looking in that direction. So, anyways, you are calling the shots. Your path is forged by what you say yes to at this time, internally and externally. The mind is sharp at this time moving forwards, your intuition the guide, and your personal knowledge and beliefs the guidepost. You are ready to face anything head on, right? You're ready to face anything down. Your feet move. Your feet move with the pace at which your mind processes and decides. Once your mind completes processing, once your mind comes to the culmination, once your mind understands the truth, your feet are moving at that same pace. Okay, 555 could be a significant number for some of you, okay, at this time or in the next few days or few weeks. Now you're in this phase where you are moving in alignment with your mental processes. It's the truth is propelling you at this time. The truth, especially of your projects, especially of that which you are working with. Okay. Whenever I dream about my son, it's never in relation to my son. It's always in relation to my projects, to that which I'm focused on, to that which I am passionate about, to that which I am creating, to that which I am building. Okay, so in this dream, I was helping my own project with its own engine and its own power. I was helping it gain speed and power by moving it down the hill. Okay, so it's something that's about to, or you're starting to experience this more rapid movement in that which you have been putting your energy, your time, your attention towards. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles. Now, there's a message here that conserving your energy and your knowledge is of potent suggestion at this time, okay? Knowing when and what to share, to ask, to explore is how you reserve that which you hold within. Okay, not having your energy, your mind, your resources strewn every which way and to every person you come into contact with helps you build this momentum that is driving you forwards, okay? Especially when it comes to that truth, okay? Whatever you are experiencing at this time is a new beginning rooted in truth. It's a new beginning when it comes to your intellect, okay? When it comes to your ideas, when it comes to your mental, the way that you process things, the way that you perceive things, your perspectives, right? The way that you express yourself verbally, the way that you write, the way that you, even the way that you like sing could be changing. That's okay. That's for somebody. All right. What you are creating when it comes to the intellect, what is the creations that are coming out of your mind space, especially at this time? It's changing the way that it's like functionality, it's expression, it's substance. There's a word that I'm looking for that I cannot find. It's in whole, it's really changing, or it has changed, and this is how it is beginning. Is this change is the root, okay? And it's the truth. It's moving from the truth. It's moving in the truth. It's expressing the truth. All the ways that truth is expressed and acted upon is what is the basis of this beginning, okay? It doesn't have to be the beginning in all areas of life, but at least the beginning when it comes to the intellect is, there are, at least in the area of the intellect, you are having a new beginning there. Even if you're not having a new beginning in all the other areas, your mind is very potent at this time, okay? There's a lot of intentional, what was the word that I had for? I just had it. Oh, there's intentional focus at this time. You are deeply rooted in where you are going, what you are building, your personal goals and aspirations. There's a lot of intentional focus. Like you know where you're going, you know what you want to create, or something of that sort, and you're moving in that direction. As soon as it becomes clear, you're there. You're saying yes to it. Okay, whatever you are saying yes to internally and externally is that which is going to open up to you. That's going to shape your path at this time, is the yeses. Anytime that you're feeling a gut sensation and you're like very, with this energy, you're very immediately going after it. As soon as you feel a yes, as soon as you feel a yes, a clarity within your gut, you're immediately, again, your feet are moving with that pace. All right, so it's very, very rapid pace at this time. Okay. And this is why it's necessary to conserve your energy, because you get a lot of clarity from, protecting that energy, from being frugal with that which, with your resources, with your energy, with your attention, with your focus. The more conserved you are with it, the more focused you can become. All right. Just be sure that you're not being inconsiderately grasping, or like, you need more, you need more. It has to be an open conservation. Does that make sense? Like, it's protection. It's protection. It's moving out of a self-protection, a protection and a savoring of that which is sacred within you, not wanting that which is sacred within you to be leaked everywhere, to be taken from everyone. Okay, you have some sort of like new energy, more powerful energy that is open to you at this time, or that you are gaining. This is where the speed and acceleration is coming from, is because you are so focused within your own energy and not allowing it to be scattered everywhere, that it's giving you great clarity and room, space for movement, for creation, for new ideas, for precise expression of those ideas, of the intellectual processes. Okay, it's the throat chakra could be having upgrades. You could be dealing with a sore throat, or you could be dealing with neck pain. You could be dealing with, I wanted to say a frog in the throat, but that's more so whenever you need to say something and haven't said it. But now that that's coming up, it feels as though someone may have something to say, whether this is you or another. Okay, someone may have a frog in their throat. There's something that needs to be spoken on, or someone wants to speak on something, but they're not. And there is, there's something about, there's something here about being choosy with the way in which you express something, okay, in order for it to not come out reckless, okay, not for it to not be impulsive. All right, now I don't know if this is you or another, because that's just something that, okay, that's not something I channeled and wrote down here. That's something I was like more real-time channeling. There's something, frog in the throat. Okay, I'm gonna go past that. Either that resonates for you or for someone around you, or it does not. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Where was I at? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, savoring and protecting that which is sacred, all right? There is inner celebration at this time, further driving your excitement for more knowledge and facilitating further planning of your goals. You are very focused on where you are going, what you are learning, and or what you are creating with that Four of Wands. Okay, creating, there's like a creation of harmony, a creation of peace, a creation of celebration within your life, internally, externally, both. Okay. There's a need to be cautious, however, in your movement forward, okay? As I was starting to say there about the recklessness or the impulsivity, all right? Watch your words and understand the impacts that they may have, all right? You don't want to say anything that causes an influence that you will later regret, okay? You don't want to, oh, I just read that. Be honest, stand in truth, but be gentle. Okay, be gentle. Be easy. Okay, firm but fluid. I don't know, like a fish or something. There's not water energy here though, like a bird. Firm but fluid. All right, sometimes they look like they're defying gravity or something. they're very, they're not always the most graceful. They're firm, but they're fluid, okay? Be like a bird. Oh, sorry. I was just, yesterday, the day before that, I was cloud scrying, and Horus kept on coming up. It was just like Horus was in the sky over and over and over again. Okay, so there is something definitely here about birds, about communication, about messengers. There could be messages coming in for some of you, important news, important messages that gives you the next step, that moves you forward, that opens a new door for you. Okay, before I finish that, I just keep on staring here, there is a lot of potential. It's like you have the world in your hands. You have options to make. There's a lot of potential. There's possibilities, and what you say yes to is what doors will open for you. Is what new opportunities will come to you. And there's also something here about like the blossoms that are coming out on the two wands. So it's like what you are saying yes to. It's almost like there's instantaneous or very shortly after making decisions, taking a step, you are seeing the fruits of that labor or that decision. I'm taking that one as a burp for confirmation. Excuse me. Okay, there's something here about really the process of growth, the process of result is accelerating with everything else that happens to be accelerating. The pace at which your life is flowing is accelerating from a fish to a bird. How about that? Because when you're a fish, you're in the flow. You're kind of letting life you're letting the flow take you and you're just going with it. The bird, however, is more proactive, I'd say. Yep. The bird is more proactive. And I think that's what you are doing. You are actively calling the shots. You are proactively calling the shots. All right. You are deciding. And what you say yes to internally and externally is what guides you, is what opens doors for you. Okay. Your path is forged by that which you answer to. Okay. Anyways, back to what I was saying beforehand, before I got onto the topic of horse and birds and fish. If you use your words for good, if you use your words for good and for the empowerment of others, it benefits all. Okay, the tongue is a double-edged sword. This is all about expression. This is about intellect. This is about ideas. This is about the written word, the spoken word, words, the tongue. Okay, anything that comes from the mouth or from the mind, right? It's a double-edged sword. Finding my spot, 1 second. Yes, the tongue is a double-edged sword. And don't forget, the chariot of the devil. Okay, it can go one way or the other. You can use it for good, you can use it for bad. Speak assertively, but stay kind. Be in truth. Be rooted in that truth. But choose your words wisely and with tact, okay? With tact. This is thinking, this is planning, this is organizing. Okay, be mindful of the words that you choose, the influence it may have, the impact it may have. It's like having to think on your feet and stay aligned with that which is good, just, for all. In your pursuit of that which is personal, be sure that the wind that comes off of that is something that more brings aspects together rather than pushing them away. You know, when something moves by you really fast, whatever it might be, a car, whatever, whenever it moves by you really fast, you get that wind. When it's raining outside, you might get splashed with water. Okay, it's kind of this concept of being mindful of where you're driving. Okay, metaphorically. Yeah, that felt right. So you may be privy to honesty. This may be something you have a lot of skill with. It may be something that you live within. But however, not everyone is accustomed to the ways in which you bring things forward. Okay. Understand when that is another's unstable relationship with the truth or with honesty, and when you may honestly be verbally expressing a little too abrasively or in a way that is, or in a truly inconsiderate manner. Okay, none of us are perfect. So be honest with yourself when necessary. Be honest about the way that you are communicating, where you can dial yourself back a little bit, where you can be a little less impulsive, a little less reckless, a little more kind, a little more considerate. Okay, that's important. Fortunately, as of the time being, all of these cards did come out in the upright. Okay, so you are heard, and others may be learning from your expressions as well. You may be changing perspectives, you may be opening some eyes, you may be shifting mindsets in a it seems a more minor but impactful. Okay, there's no major arcana here at present, so it is on a more minor scale, but small things everywhere, and that really builds a community. Okay, I like that. One second, I need to grab more water. Also a snack. I've been experimenting. Sorry, quick break here. I've been experimenting with vegan recipes because I would like to. I would like to follow a more vegan path if my stomach allows it. Okay, I have a very sensitive stomach, so I'm trying things. I'm especially trying more gluten free. That's where I started, and so I'm getting a little better with the gluten free things. And I'm trying to figure out what sweets are good because I have such a sweet tooth. I need my sweets, but I do want to make them more simple and healthier. And I made these little coconut cloud cookies, and they're really good. They're really good. But yeah, I'm trying to experiment and see what I can like share with others because I like to bake a lot at once. That way I can give them to my neighbors and my mom and my sister because I feel sharing sweets, I don't know, it's a way to add positivity to everyone's life. I love sweets. Not everyone does, but I definitely do. Okay, so getting back into the message. Yes, okay. You are heard, and others may be learning from your expressions at this time. Understand your impact. Oh. Understand your impact, okay, with greater love, with deeper love, all right? The Four of Wands suggests harmony, celebration, coming together, celebrating each other. Choose conversations at this time, especially that unite rather than dispel or divide. Higher frequency conversations. No lazy talk. I hope you understand what I mean when I'm saying that. Okay. Yeah. The song I channeled when I received the vision of me pushing my son in an electric toy car was Rolling by Chamillionaire, which I think that's the way you say his name. Which is a song I was singing at the beginning, which I feel like everyone knows that song, right? They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling, they trying to catch me riding dirty. Okay, so this song, I tried to make it as collective as possible because it is more about a specific kind of situation in life, but it came through in relation to this collective energy, so I wanted to try to break it down into something that could be more I forgot that thing still did that. I don't know if you heard that. My water jug, I have like a electric why am I forgetting the name of it? It's an electric pump on the top of it. And after I use the water, it varies in times, but after I use the water, or I'll click the button off, water will come out of it, and it varies in time. Sometimes it'll be 2 minutes later, sometimes it'll be 12 minutes later. It just, and I'm like, it's peeing. I don't know if you heard it or not. But yeah, the song, when I broke it down into a more collective basis, it seemed to be more about navigating life's challenges, particularly when it comes to when it comes to the situation of profiling and societal prejudice, okay? The phrase and profiling is the recording and the analysis of a person's psychological and behavioral characteristics so as to assess or predict their capabilities or their movements in a certain sphere, or to assist in identifying a particular subgroup of people. All right, so there's something here about profiling, or also see pigeonholing or condensing. Okay, I'll get back to that in a second. But yeah, societal prejudice. It's people looking at you, the way that what you're focused on, the way that you're moving, what you're creating, the way you're expressing, etc., etc. Okay, anything again to do with the intellect and the expression of the intellect and the mental processes. There's something about prejudice where people have they don't have an understanding of it. They don't have an experience with the substance of what is being expressed, what is being represented, what is being, or just what is. And because they don't have an understanding, they're still looking and they're making judgments. They're casting judgments. They're trying to profile something that they don't understand. Okay, this is societal prejudice. This is something that is happening in your environment. Okay. And the phrase writing dirty suggests being under suspicion and the feeling of being judged unfairly based on your appearance or your background, okay, where you came from or what you're wearing, or I don't know, tattoos or colored hair or piercings or the clothes you wear, whether you're male or female, non-binary, you know. It's being judged on appearance and where you came from, how much money you had, who you were when you were a teenager or when you were a younger adult, when you were a child, judging you based off of, I don't know, what you learned in school, what what field you have studied, etc., etc. Okay, it's very surface level judgments. Okay. And the song's central theme is about resilience and defiance in the face of this kind of systematic discrimination. Okay, this could also be about race. This could be about age. This could be about where you have traveled from, where you have moved from. That, again, the education, etc., etc. There's so many different things having to do with where you came from and what you look like. And people are, I don't know what number of people this is, but there are people that are placing unfair judgments on you based on these types of things. Okay, and in the song, one of the lines has the word swangin' in it, and the swangin' is it made me think, it just felt like a confidence. Okay, it felt like holding yourself confidently, moving confidently through life, even when you're facing adversities, even when you're facing unfair judgments or challenges, oppositions, okay, adversity. Okay, it's this experience of being constantly scrutinized, watched, and stereotyped. Okay, based off of, pigeonholing, right? Pigeonholing. Trying to box you in, fit you into something that is too limited, is too restricted, doesn't take into account all of which you are. All right, it's small-mindedness. It's small-mindedness. It's inconsideration, right? Are you going to stay? That's good enough. The other page isn't up there. 1 second. Okay, it could be, I don't remember where I was just at, but there's something here about the environment or the people looking in upon you, scrutinizing you, those that are watching you, right? They're engaging in this practice of categorizing and predicting behavior according to, again, those particular characteristics, such as race or age, all right? Condensing you, pigeonholing, or narrating. And I say narrating because the etymology of profile is forth and to spin, spinning a story, okay, creating something, moving forwards, a prediction on where you're going to go, on what you're going to do next, on what you're going to say next, on, just trying to understand you and, get a hold on who you are, where you're going, kind of thing. How far you're going to move in life based off of where you've been or what you look like, which is, I'm just going to say it's quite a shallow concept, right? Most humans seem to have this frustrating disposition, and I say frustrating because as an individual, it can be frustrating, but also it comes from a frustrated spot within the human, this need to fit everything into a neat box in order for them to feel organized or in control. And when they're not able to place something in a box, when they're not able to pigeonhole something, someone, when they're not able to understand or make a story about something that fits their tunnel of vision or perspective, then it makes them feel frustrated inside. And that is why they continue to group things together. All right? And most humans seem to have this frustrating disposition to feel organized, to feel in control of their own lives. Of their own understanding of the world, so that they do not feel lost. Okay, it is a very human thing, but it is a frustrating concept. All right, they're just trying to make sense of the world around them. Right, and even if those assumptions and compressions are not in truth or aligned with truth, it's a process of reducing their environment, especially other humans, into something that they can understand. Maybe some things aren't meant for us to be understood, though, right? And instead just taken for what they are. This is likely something like the ocean. Hold on, like the ocean. Okay, we don't understand how much of it is undiscovered. Like 90-something%. That's a fuck ton of the ocean that's undiscovered. Okay, but it is what it is, right? And most of us don't try to understand it because it's not to be understood. It just is meant to be taken as it is, the depths, all right? The force of the ocean, all right? This is likely something that you are experiencing, though, from your external reality. What are you? Why do you move how you move? Where are you going? Where did you come from? Where will you go next? What will you do next, kind of thing. Like, what... I can't put my finger on you and it pisses me off, that kind of energy, right? When you make people uncomfortable, they will keep a watchful eye on you. This is where the scrutinization comes in, right? Don't allow the sensation to entrap you. You're not meant to be understood. Whoever you are, if you've been resonating with this message so far, this collective here, you are not meant to be understood. You're meant to be out of the box because you're meant to shift perspectives. You're meant to bring a new perspective on the truth of this reality to the collective, to other collectives, to the human collective, okay? You're not meant to be understood. So when you feel the watchful eye on you, do not allow this sensation to entrap you or get under your skin or crawl up your skin or bark up your neck, If you need to, wear some evil eye, It's very protective, especially when you're out in public. But with all of this being said, I come back to be sure that you are not speaking in ways that are inconsiderate of the whole picture, of the essence of things, of the essence of the self or the other, the environment. All right, do not be reckless in your mental processing. Do not turn this energy upside down. You are fortunate enough to have this energy in the upright at this time. Okay, do not allow this energy to become reckless, become inconsiderate, become impulsive, become judgmental, tyrannical, okay? Really consider all of the options. My throat is itching. Goodness. Okay, do not be so quick to process things that you reduce anything or anyone to less than it is or less than they are. Okay, this is really important at this time. Rein it in. Rein it in a little bit if you need to. If there comes a point where the consideration veers too far one way or the other, rein it back in, okay? Slow down. This is very quick moving energy. There's a need to pace yourself amongst this acceleration, okay? Be precise, but move with ease. Flow with the acceleration, but do so in a calm and unhurried manner, okay? Though he is moving very fast. He is moving very fast. He is still enough to reflect and envision and keep a focus, all right? So don't move so fast that the world around you and its concepts begin to blur, all right? Be sure that you are holding the vision that you have. It's about to move rapidly, okay? It's about to move quickly. And I want to finish off with a a fortune. Let's go. There we go. Ooh, nothing is so much to be feared as fear. Okay, so as you move forward, I like that. That's a nice closing message. As you move forward, okay, it is necessary to not let fear creep up on you. Okay, to not doubt the self, to believe in your aspirations. There's a lot of intentional focus here. This comes from a place of belief in the self and belief in your ability, your capability to take action, to make moves, to build and create that which you would like to create based on your authentic truth and the reality of I don't know, life itself. I don't want to go that deep though, because there's not major arcana here, right? This is really much, this is very much being focused on the details, but not so focused on the details that you begin to obscure your vision. Not being so big picture either as to obscure your, as to blur your vision, okay? You don't want to block the vision and you don't want to blur the vision. You don't want to go too fast. You don't want to go too small, okay? Do not be afraid to move at a pace that it seems others are uncomfortable with, or to express in ways that others have not heard of before, or don't be afraid to embrace concepts and perspectives that you have not heard of before, right? Again, you took a position as in this new beginning, you're taking this position as a novice in some sort of intellectual area or some sort of like new, again, the whole of your intellect has shifted and begun anew, okay? So understand that you're not proficient at this time and that you are to be open-minded to others, to perspectives, to the world at large. And you can't have fear. You can't have fear whenever you are in that process or in that state of mind. Okay, nothing is so much to be feared as fear itself. When you dip into fear, these energies can go in the reverse, okay? So be mindful of your pace and be mindful of what you ask, when you ask, and what you explore. Okay? Hold your vision tightly. It's about to move rapidly. Okay, so I hope this found everyone that it was meant for. I hope it found you in a very open and receptive state. If you did resonate with this video, please do leave a like, comment if you feel drawn to, and if you would like to see more videos from me or receive more messages from me, please do subscribe. And until next time, guys, so much love. Mwah. Bye-bye.